Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, September 30th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is peace comes when I trust the divine and take responsibility for my mind. I love when it rhymes. All right. Here we are 2 days out from the eclipse. We're having our eclipse on Wednesday, but we've been having a little bit of the rollout of these eclipse energies. We had the sun connecting with the south node, and that was part of these eclipse energies. While the south node is a little wide from the eclipse, it's definitely because the eclipse is in the sign of the south node. It's like pulling on that south node energy, learning to not fall in the same hole that we fall into over and over and over again. And today we have the sun conjunct Mercury. Now, Mercury is just like a degree away from the degree of the eclipse when we have it. But here we are today having the sun and Mercury conjunct, and this is preparing us for the eclipse energy. So anytime there's air anything, there is some level of mental energy going on, right? This mental energy is windy. Today may feel a little airhead again, I gotta say, as we have the sun and Mercury together. While the moon in Virgo will be like holding it down a little bit, watch for the airhead. Double check yourself, double cross your T's. See, exactly. Cross your T's, dot your I's, double check, there's the double, with this energy. But this is energy also for ahas. So really interesting with the south node, like various things that have come up. And one of the things that I've been seeing is people getting the ick suddenly in relationship or with something that they like and being like, I gotta tell you that this Libra energy is giving us really beautiful reflections, maybe of some parts that we were like, that's not me, right? So if you are finding the ick, look a little closer what it could be showing you about yourself. If you're suddenly like, I don't like that energy. Okay, good, great. That Libra judgment is very, like, it has, it can be very strong, right? But look closer, because I had that happen, and I was like, oh man, I don't like to look at that part of myself. It is a judgy part. But it's there. So I got a really great eye-opening with that energy. Keep watching for that as we build to this eclipse. Listen for ahas. Listen for lessons. Listen. Before I recorded, when I, did my little meditation lay down, I had Luch support, which was nice. I love when she supports. But that was like the big thing that just kept coming through was listen. I was like, I am listening. So she's like, no, listen. Lean into the listen. So lean into the listen. Watch for the signs. None of us go without lessons, right? In these things. So they're bubbling. They're popping up for you. You and me, all of us. But just also watch for the windiness. The moon in Virgo is taking over the rest of the day. We actually begin with the moon in Virgo opposite Saturn in Pisces. So I love the Virgo Pisces opposition. I always say that. It always is a reminder of magic. But you may feel a little to-do heavy. You may feel a little responsibility heavy. Oh, okay. Okay, fireworks, sure. Thank you. That was so nice. I'm not sure what I said that was very exciting, but I think it goes back to the energy mantra. Be responsible for your mind. Be responsible for your mind in with the to-dos that you're to giving yourself. And make sure that you're staying in your peace, that you're staying a little balanced, that you're not trying to do everything. Between the Virgo and the Saturn energy, you may find yourself trying to do everything. You don't have to do it all. We then have the moon and Mars connecting. Lots of really good get stuff done kind of energy. Even though Mars in Cancer doesn't necessarily want to always get out of bed, once it does, it can be fairly efficient in getting things done, cleaning up, especially in connecting with the moon in Virgo. But let this also be self-care. Let loving on yourself be part of the message of this energy. Sun and Mercury will meet at 2:09 p.m. Pacific time. Again, it's probably going to get a little windy in your mind. You may feel a little forgetful. You're mentally, you may feel a little bit like Tarzan, jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. Easy to get overwhelmed. All of these things. But staying grounded and listening will bring energies through for you. This is also, again, a call to be responsible to your mind. Is your mind helping support inner peace, or is your mind creating stories and havoc? Because sometimes the mind will do that, and sometimes you have to notice it and take that responsibility for it. We wind up the day with the moon squaring Jupiter. Really strong mind energy there too, because we still have Jupiter hanging out in Gemini. So between the moon in Virgo, Jupiter in Gemini, you might be at a little crossroads. You might be hearing things differently. This might be also part of this building eclipse, communication issues that are hopefully reflecting larger issues that need to be moved through. I think the biggest key in all of this is noticing yourself, right? Noticing yourself in the reflections, noticing if there's something that you like to brush over, you know, a blemish you like to cover up that's kind of being shown to you. I love this card from Divine Abundance, Your Path. And it says, Dear Lord, dear universe, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. And I love leaning into this mentally as we have the Sun and Mercury connecting. It also goes very well with the trust card that we have in here. And I always like to say the universe can take the nefarious, use it for good. Keep that in mind hidden through these trying times. What else do we have in here? We got some mental energies, okay? So we've got the comparison. If you're comparing yourself, what is it? There's the thing that says like, oh, you're pulling the little, the little splinter out of somebody else's eye when you have the stick in your own eye. Watch for that comparison popping up. Okay, I think that's where it goes with the politics. But the politics is really great for Libra too, because sometimes in Libra, again, we want to brush over things with the rose-colored glasses. I love rose-colored glasses. It's great, but sometimes we have to look at it like through a true lens as well. So just keep that awareness today. Sometimes we have to get into the nitty-gritty and work, and eclipse season is definitely time to get into the nitty-gritty. The postponement card, this feels like nothing's happening for me. I'm stuck. Why aren't things working out my way? When is this going to happen? And the universe is like, trust. And find the good. Find the pleasure. Find the gratitude. Find the magic in all of it. If you are feeling that postponement, when is this going to happen? If it hasn't happened, it means there's still lessons, there's still steps that you need to take on the journey, and that's okay. So it's like, okay, rather than hyper-fixating on the when, maybe I look to what is my next step. And sometimes that next step is simply leaning into the trust. So keep that in mind. So here we are, last day of September. If you want to book a reading, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.